What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Big Brother Live Chats. I'm here as always with the latest evicted house guest. This week it's my dude, Jeremy. Jeremy Maguire. We all know you, Jeremy.
Do you?
It's out there now.
All right, cool.
It's official. You're in the Big Brother family.
Yeah.
But this is our second show, but the third dude out.
The third nominee, the third evictor, the evictee.
Yeah, but it's all guys.
It is all guys. I think they're trying to get out the guys and make it a cat house. So,
all right. So where do you want to go back to? You want to just start from the beginning?
I want to start wherever you want to start.
I want to start from the beginning because this Jeremy might not be the same Jeremy that went in the house.
It's not.
It's not the same. I remember talking to you maybe, what was that, a month ago?
Yeah.
So I remember you, and you were coming in hot, man. You were coming in hot.
Guns blazing. The dude has changed to a different dude.
Could you pinpoint anything specific that happened, or was...
Yeah, you can spell it. It's Caitlin. Yeah, she...
I can't actually spell that. But.
I tried, and I think I failed in the house. She made me realize a lot of things. She gave me an outside perspective, and she softened up the Cherokee heart, so... You know.
So this has never happened to you in your life?
No, I've never fallen for a girl as hard as I've fallen for her, but you know, there's been other girls, obviously. But you know, it's definitely a humbling experience, and she changed me for the better, I think.
Well, we're gonna go through a lot of questions, and guys, we're taking your questions live. Don't forget to use hashtag #BBLiveChat if you want to send in your questions for Jeremy.
Live.
We're on live, man. If we mess up here, there's no going back.
No double takes. We're one take wonders, right?
You know what? I'm telling you, I'm looking in your face. It's just, you seem very somber. I know you just lost, but what hurts more, the losing or losing Caitlin? For now, you didn't lose her, so I don't want to keep it off.
Yeah, I haven't lost her, so definitely losing. I'm not a good loser. Like I said, I'm a champion when I eat, sleep, and poop. So, you know, it's hard to take a loss.
I've heard that yesterday.
Yeah, it's hard to take a loss, but, you know, I'm going to keep my chin up. I walked in with my head high, and I walked out with my head high. So everything happens for a reason, you know. I'm just going to take it all in strides, but it does suck.
Good experience, though? Are you glad you did it?
Great experience. I wouldn't change it. I'm glad I did it. And, well, I guess I would change one thing, and it would be to be in the house longer. So, you know, it was definitely a great experience, and I learned a lot.
And you think, I know your mom's a big fan. You think she's proud of you?
Yeah, my mom couldn't be anything but proud of me. I mean, she knew...
No matter what, mom's mom.
Yeah, mom's mom. And she knew me going into the house that I was a cocky player, and she tried to tell me to calm down and lay low, but I'm a big guy with a big personality, so I just was myself, and could have been my downfall.
Well, I'm glad you liked the experience. I'm glad you had a little slice of humble pie with it, too.
I did. It was delicious.
Julie wants to know, we're going to take our first question. Do you think being in a showmance makes you a target in the Big Brother house?
Yeah, I do. I think people are scared of two people that have a huge trust and, you know, a huge alliance together. You know, we would have never put each other on the block, and that frightens people. And especially this season being so many showmances. I was going to say,
like, why is your relationship more threatening than every other relationship in that house?
Our relationship was more serious because, one, we were two gorgeous people. Two,
the modesty hasn't gone anywhere. The modesty hasn't gone.
Two, we were both really strong competitors in the competition. I mean, Caitlin holds her own in everything, and I mean, you saw me win everything, so we were definitely the strongest couple. Plus, what we had was real. I feel like everybody else, you know, was more of a showmance. I mean, and that's just me speaking from what I could see. I mean, I don't know how they acted together alone, but what me and Caitlin had was real, so that was also threatening.
How much you didn't get a chance to really see everything that was going on, right?
Correct.
So we'll get to all that. But you know, just from what your experiences in the house.
Exactly. Just speculating off what I really saw.
Right. So actually, my dude, Adam, that I played with, had an interesting question he wanted me to ask you, and I promised him I would. He put, in a game that has a big social component, do you think stealing the wine and causing a fuss started your downfall?
Yeah, it could have. I could have kept my mouth shut and not told anybody that I was the one who actually took the wine.
You did the complete opposite?
I did the complete opposite because I'm not like the normal guy. But yeah, actually, the only reason I did admit to it is because Aaron came out and told me that they were, you know, bullying her and, you know, making her look bad and, you know, calling her names and stuff like that. And I'm not cool with that. I was just
Right.
protecting my girls, and
So you got a little heated.
yeah, so I got heated, and I was letting them know I didn't mean to go in there and bully. I think it just came off as me bullying because of my size and
Right. I think that's where the
tattoos and stuff.
bowling was official. I mean, I think your size is very intimidating.
Yes.
The tattoos and just your demeanor. But I know you're
Correct.
joking. Some people can't really see that.
Yeah,
you know?
and I just
But then that little clip though, that little scene really pushed it over the
Yeah,
edge.
and I just really went in there. I mean, the bottle of alcohol didn't help. Obviously, I'm not blaming alcohol, but
because your tolerance goes down a little
Yeah,
bit. So
it
you
makes
drink a bottle, it's
it makes you a little more emotional. And I went in there just to let them know, like, hey, listen, if you're gonna blame someone, blame me, because I was the one who physically took the bottle. And being heated and stuff, I threw a few curse words in there and made it a little more dramatic than it had to be. But it happened, and I don't live in regret, and I don't look back. So
yeah,
just
that's
move
good.
forward.
That's good. And plus, when you're riding high, it's high in there, and when it's
Yeah.
low, it's low in there.
It's-
You
it's
got
a-
to feel both sides. At
It's
least,
a dramatic roller coaster, that is for sure.
And emotionally, man, it's just like very
It's draining.
taxing. Yeah, very taxing. Shelby wants to know, how do you feel Caitlin affected your game? And this is a good question.
If she affected it at all, she affected it for the better.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say.
She humbled me down, and she made me realize that I need to lay low. And she told me, listen, you are great at everything. And I was like, well, thanks, babe.
You're like, that's just what I like to hear.
I like to hear that kind of stuff. She's like, but you don't need to vocally tell everybody. You can just show them and not say it. And that really made me realize, like, you need to calm down. So if she affected it at all, it was for the better, and I appreciate it.
So you think Caitlin was the reason why you settled down? It wasn't the, riding high, like I said earlier, riding high to low. You think it was the whole overall experience, or Caitlin finally just got to you?
I think it was Caitlin getting to me, let me know that, like, hey, listen, no one's here to question how good you are at anything. Just win and lay low. And that's why I made the change. She made me grow up a little bit, so.
So you grew up. So Rhonda wants to know: do you consider yourself a bully? Like from let's say this: do you consider yourself a bully from when you walked in the house to now? Do you see a little bit why people got that?
I can see why people.
And then we're off the bully.
Yeah,
thing,
I can
promise.
see. I can see why people thought it, but people growing up with me, and I'm the guy who defends. Like I said, I was defending Aaron. I felt like,
right.
I'm not a bully, but I can see how it came off that way, and I mean, I need to control that.
I think I saw myself personally. I think everyone saw at home. The guy who came in was that guy, and the guy who left learned a lot. And
Yes.
from all my experiences in life, anything I've done bad or I had to correct in my attitude or whatever I had to do is from things I've done wrong. So I feel like you've grown as a person because of this experience, and I applaud you for that. You know
I
what
appreciate it. Yeah, I wouldn't take back anything. Well, I would take back some things, but learning is a great process in life. And
Absolutely. You're a young guy, man.
Yeah,
you're a
I'm
young
23.
guy.
I got a long way to go, and it can be as a cop out, like, oh, you're young, and that's why you made the mistake. But I am young, and I got a lot to learn, and I realize that. So.
Well, you learned when you went in the house, you were slick back, ready to go, and now you're just
Old school Bieber.
old school Bieber,
Old
just
school
real,
Bieber
real
right now, yeah.
somber like,
For sure.
All right, we'll take the next question. Jessica asks, this week you made a promise to Alyssa and Helen. If you had stayed in the game, would you have kept that promise?
For the most part, yes. I will say though.
What does that mean?
I will. Well, because they asked me if I would put up Caitlin later in the game if we made it that far.
And you said yeah. Okay.
And I said yes.
All right.
And I was going to say anything to stay in the house because that's
Absolutely.
where I wanted to be. But I don't know if they showed it or not, but I pulled Caitlin aside a little bit after that conversation. I had told her, I said, listen, I made a promise, but I don't plan on keeping it. I told him that I would put
that's
you
fair
up.
though.
Yeah,
you have to do what you have to do.
Exactly, and I told her, I told him I'd put you up, but if it came down to it, I'm not going to do that. Caitlin was my girl, and I was never going to put her up.
Right.
No doubt.
Again, I'm not telling you how to play the game, but at that point you could have been like, well, let's us four make a Final Four deal. I'm
Yeah.
sure they have other deals going on in the house, but
Exactly.
that would have been a good
I'd have made any deal.
point. I know, I saw that.
Yeah.
And you were, like I said, even the house guests were like, the 180 you polled, and they're like, man, everyone was saying, even when you left the room, they're like, I like this Jeremy.
Yeah.
They're like, everyone really got to like you there. So, Caitlin, thank you for changing
you.
Jeremy. Because you said, I don't know if you remember, and I don't know if this actually aired. We talked for like 20 minutes before you went in the
Yeah.
house. We had a long conversation. You said, no girl's going to get in the way of me and my 500,000.
Yeah.
That was a little Rachel Riley quote there, but not really. Anyways, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I did. I definitely was thinking that, and like I said, I came in and I was going to use girls as pawns, but Caitlin went from a pawn to a queen very quick. Ooh. So, I mean,
you had that one ready.
I had that one ready.
Damn, that was a good one. We're just gonna stop there. Interview's over, guys. Don't forget each week. Okay, never mind. Okay, KT asks, if you play Big Brother again, would you do anything different?
Yes, I would come in more humbled. I would have won everything off the back like I did.
You'd come in like you are now.
Yeah, I'd come in like I am now. I would have been gracious in my winnings, but I still would have won everything. You know, most people were telling me, you know, you can't win off the back. It puts a target on you. But you know what? You got to win. When you're a champion at all times.
Okay, so how, if you went back in now, how would that change?
I would still be winning, but I would be gracious about it. And I wouldn't be.
You'd still dominate, but nicely.
Exactly. I wouldn't tell everybody before the challenge like, "Hey, get ready to lose," you know, because that's what I was saying. So.
But I mean, physically, you're a huge threat. But mentally, for like questions and stuff, are you still that big of a threat? Were you a threat across the board?
Even though it didn't show it, and I was out first try on the questionnaire. Yeah, I'm definitely a mental threat. I mean, I could go through everything and list everything still from that question, the true or false questioning,
right.
Except for the darn stickers, of course. That was the one thing I didn't study. And it was the one thing I got out on. But yeah, I was a mental threat as well as a physical threat.
And there's also endurance challenges that are more geared to smaller people or women. You know, it seems like, because I mean, I couldn't stay, and anyone who was a bigger guy has trouble on those endurance. So there would have been a little trouble maybe down the road.
Well, you know, the popsicle challenge, the very first one was an endurance challenge.
Right.
And me being one of the biggest guys, I was up there I jumped off for
that was impressive, and you guys were up there a long
4 hours.
4 hours. That was really impressive.
And I would have been up there longer if I didn't get that never not pass. So.
Now you still have it?
No, I don't have it still. They didn't let me take anything.
Maybe you'll get it back. Maybe it's a little souvenir.
I would hope so.
Well, we'll
I
see.
deserve it.
We'll see what we could do. We might have something anyways for you at the end, but we'll get there too.
Groovy.
Matt, did you say groovy because we're in this kind of atmosphere?
I said groovy because we're in this atmosphere.
It's very Brady Bunch. We were touching on it earlier. Matt F asks, what do you feel the main reason you were evicted for?
You know, people can say it was because of my attitude or whatnot, but the main reason, no doubt in my mind, is because they knew that I had to be backdoored to get out of this game. If they didn't backdoor me, the opportunity they had, they would have never had me out. I would have won everything, not to toot my own horn, but toot toot, like I was taking this game. And they knew that any opportunity they could get, they had to take it, and that's why I'm out.
All right. All right, Elizabeth N. wants to know, why did you wait so long to start campaigning before you were evicted? Now, this is a great question, because I'm going to break this down a little bit, but you could just answer that first one.
Yeah, I waited so long because timing is everything, and I didn't want to put something out there too early for the word to spread around and whatnot about, you know, if I say something behind someone's back or throw someone under the bus. You know, I wanted to get it in at the last moment so that they could really have time to, you know.
There's some stuff going on in here, so we're like kind of all distracted.
So they really had
it's a live show, so we got to do what we have to do.
Yeah, they really had time to think about it, but at the same time, it was coming down to the chopping block. So, you know, and I couldn't mess with the ants, and that's all the little people that were down. I had to go straight to the queen bees, and they would send the word down, and, you know.
Okay, so here's my question. So again, you kind of touched on this, but I think you could have did a little more push to keep Caitlin, to have her not use that veto and keep her on the block. And you did the right thing. It's hard to have someone be like, listen, take yourself out of the game for me, which was a big, you know, it might have happened. Yeah. No. So why didn't you push for that a little more?
I didn't push for it because everybody in the house told Caitlin that if she did not use the veto, she was going home.
Right.
So I couldn't ask her to do that because at that point I had already fallen for her. And I told her straight up, I said, listen, if I had that veto and people were telling me that, I would have taken myself off and you'd be going home.
Right.
And I'm not going to ask you to go home for me. You know, we're not Brandon and Rachel, you know, like I'm not giving up my money for you, and I wouldn't expect you to do the same. So
right. I mean, it's an honorable thing to do.
Yeah.
But like from the guy who came in the house, I mean, you could see the change. Yeah, the guy, Jeremy walking in the door would have made her stay on that block.
Jeremy walking in the door would have been like, babe, You gotta. I'll bring the check home to you, but maybe now she'll bring the check to me.
She's got a good chance. I mean, she's smart.
Fantastic chance.
She's very physical, and she's good at the competition. I mean, like even the mental competitions, she's always right there at the end.
Yeah, and I passed on the spirit of the beast, and so now she has this inner beast in her too. So.
Double trouble.
Yeah, it's going to be a scary game, but I think she has a great opportunity to go far, and taking herself off put her in cahoots with the other side of the house. So
right. Who do you think has the best chance besides Caitlin at this point?
yeah, I think like you said, Kayla, and then I think Andy. Andy, believe it or not, he's an underdog, but he's made friends with the right people, and no one's targeting him right now, and. He's laying under the radar, so I think he has a great chance at winning.
Because he's not really a threat. Some of those people tend to
go for the threats. That's why I was out so fast.
Well, that's why it's 3 guys. I mean, so the MVP put you up.
MVP put me up.
So the MVP sent, this is week 3 in a row.
Well, no. MVP put me up the second week, and then I got myself off by winning the veto by doing the mobile balancing thing, and then
Nick was the replacement.
And then Helen
nominee.
put me up this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But the MVP is playing a big part, and now.
MVP has these people wrapped around their fingers. I literally thought coming into this game, since it's going to be big personalities and whatnot, everybody would have the mind of their own, and they would think for themselves and what's best for their game. But that's not the case. Everybody in there, I felt like, at least the guys-wise, were cowards, and they were, scared of the MVP and the queen bee, and
which is, I guess, understandable.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if it's good for their game, but if they moving company would have stuck together,
that's another one.
We would have cruised through this game. We had the numbers, but they all got scared. So I feel bad for Nick, because me and him, we were the only ones loyal to it.
Nick was the first victim of the demise of the moving company.
Yeah, we were the only ones loyal to it seems like, and I told him before he left, I was like, man, you're not going home. We got all the numbers and blah, blah, blah. Because the 4 of us that weren't on the block, plus my 2 girls, that's 6 votes. But, I mean, it threw me for a twist. I was flabbergasted, so.
Well, it's good for TV.
Yeah, great for TV.
Sorry to see you here, but it was good.
Yeah.
Krista wants to know, did you leave any items in the house for Caitlin?
Yes, I did. I left a bucket of slop that was closed and all these little mementos inside. It had a Godzilla for the beast,
I love mementos.
Yeah.
No, that's Mentos.
Mentos, yeah. And then a little green ball from whenever me and Aaron won the HOH challenge, and then my Never Not Pass.
Is in there?
Yeah.
Oh, so she's got it.
She's got it.
Uh-oh, might be on eBay if things don't work out. No, they're going to work out. They're going to work out. Brooke wants to know, who would you vote to put up for eviction if you were America's MVP?
If I was America's MVP, I would put up Howard and Spencer.
Okay. And why?
Oh, I guess I could only put up one, couldn't I?
No.
If I was MVP.
Oh, MVP, right. If you won HOH.
Okay.
If you were MVP.
If I was MVP, probably Spencer. Or,
Spencer?
I don't know, man. Spencer or Howard, because Howard was throwing things, which I find very weak, especially when you're on a team full of girls and stuff. That was very weak. But I guess he was doing it to get on the good side of the other house, and he was lying on the Bible, which is not cool at all. And then Spencer just being so cowardice and then not fessing up to it and whatnot. It was weak.
Well, it's weird that there was a guys' alliance to start, and then there's 3 guys out of the house now. So it's like there was no going back once the alliance broke. So it's like now you were like, if you were HOH this week, you would gun for 2 more guys.
Yeah, they'd be gone. They'd be gone for sure. I know.
Oh man, it's just like
guy eliminated. I would have been happy with a house full of girls and me. That would have been sweet. But
the girls are running. They're like praying mantises. They're just hooking up with you guys and just eating you guys alive.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. And those girls are strong. I mean, so.
It's a girl's house right now.
Yeah, it is.
Gracie asks, a lot of people have been asking about the racism stuff, and I'm sure you caught some wind on earlier interviews.
Yeah.
So you're not completely aware of what's going on, but you have caught wind of it.
Correct.
So what's your take on that?
I think it's horrible. I mean, I don't think anybody was intentionally racist in the house, but that's just me.
Were you aware of any?
I was aware of one incident, and that was with Erin. And I told her, it's not good for your game, and it's not good at all, period. I mean, it's putting a target on your back, and whenever you leave, you have to deal with these consequences. I didn't hear them all, but I did see a few other things, and it sucks. I mean, it's
Right.
not good, and being in the house, you're so oblivious to everything. You don't realize cameras are on you all the time, which you would be surprised by. But
I know, I could vouch for that, totally.
you forget the cameras are there. But they made their bed, and now they're gonna have to lay in it. That's for sure. I hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
And it seemed like in a lot of those scenes, speaking of the bed, it seemed like a lot of those scenes you were guilty by association just being there.
Yeah,
so you might be tied into something, no, not specifically, and I don't want to, don't get all crazy, but yeah, so just people don't understand being in there is like very different, and if you're in a group, you kind of
stick with it.
You kind of stick with that group.
Yeah.
It's very cliquey, it's very high schooly, and it's where your mentality goes. And I'm not making
so high school. That was a great word.
It's and I'm not making excuses for anybody. You know what I mean, or saying it's okay, but that's kind of where you go mentally. So if people could kind of get a grip on that.
Yeah, and then I made bad decisions too. It's a pressure cooker in that house. I mean, you're under so much stress, and there's so many emotions, and you do a lot of immature things that you wouldn't normally do just because of all the pressure.
You're trying to fit in with your clicks or do this
or
that.
And I don't know if you noticed in the
whatever the
they
click
even
may
showed
be.
it in the bed flipping scene. Like I buried my head into a pillow. I was just laying there like, oh my God, what is going on? This isn't good. But I stayed in the room. I was just trying to lay low and watch it.
It was you're gonna see some interesting things when you go home.
That's what I'm expecting. Nothing but something interesting.
Expect the unexpected.
Expect the unexpected. Maybe that's a new tat I should get.
You gonna get some more tats?
Yeah, I'm gonna finish my sleeve up, and then I plan on getting a skeleton key for the Big Brother house.
Really?
A skeleton key with the XV for 15.
I heard you say that too. Who figured that one out? You did?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. I'm an artist, so I'm gonna draw it up and get it tattooed. Maybe on the other butt cheek or something. We'll see.
All right. Well, let's take the next question. Gracie wants to know. A lot of people have been. Oh man, not that question. I got this all mixed up now. Okay, so one question was for if you knew Alyssa was working, you wanted to get Alyssa out. Oh, that was a question.
Yes.
I'm so good at this.
Yeah, you're perfect, bro.
Why'd you work against Alyssa when you could have got her out? Or I'm not perfect.
You could have used her
for MVP.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I was trying to get off that crazy topic.
Yeah,
and I was
you're good. Don't get
Thanks.
flustered. I didn't want to work with Alyssa because I felt her being there was unfair. The MVP twist totally catered to her. She's riding the coattail of her sister, and I thought that was not fair. I mean, let's face it, if she didn't have her sisters, that she wouldn't have had as many fans as she had. And fans being able to vote who the MVP is, just like that just adds fuel to the
So why didn't you take that and be like, there's a possibility she's going to keep winning this thing. Why don't we put her on our side?
You know me as a champion, I want the MVP.
Yeah, but a champion would align themselves with people who are winning things, right?
Yeah, but I was just hoping for the best and preparing for the worst, I guess you could say. Like, I don't know, I felt like I wanted to make the game fair, and I wanted to make big moves, and I wanted to get her out so that everybody had a chance at MVP. And that's not what happened. And I even said, if I don't get her out by week 2, then I'm not going for her anymore because she obviously will have the numbers. And look where she is and look where I'm at. So
like I said, it's top to bottom, bottom to top.
Exactly.
So right now they're riding high, but we'll see what happens this week.
Yeah, hopefully she's gone before jury.
Do you know who won HOH?
Judd.
Judd
the stud.
Do you have an idea who he's going after?
I don't. I would hope that he wouldn't go for Caitlyn because he knew that we had a strong relationship. And Judd was one of my good friends in the house.
J-U-double-D.
J-U-double-D, Judd the Farmer Man. He's a good dude. I would expect him to go for Spencer, to be honest with you. He knew that Spencer was shady, but I think he's going to do whatever the house wants him to do.
Right,
because that's the game this season, is do what the house wants, which flabbergasts me because I just want to do what I wanted to do. So
and
here I sit.
Don't worry about it, man. I'm a 2-time loser myself, so I could relate. BB Questionnaire asked, would you align yourself with anyone different if you had to start over?
If I had to start over, I would crush the moving company right off the bat, from the get-go.
Just say no?
Yeah, on that. And then I would have asked Caitlyn to go in alliance with me with like Amanda and McCrae, because I think they're in a good position right now as well. And McCrae, even though he did back out of the moving company and was a little girly about it, he was also upfront and honest like a man would be. So I gave him respect for that, and he always was straightforward with me. So
it seems like they're in a good spot.
They are.
Are people getting like to the point where, obviously they wanted to break you guys up.
Yeah.
Is there any talk in the house that they want to break up Amanda and McCrae?
Yes, everybody wants Amanda gone, but I don't see anybody making any moves. So, I mean, people came up to me from week one and was like, Amanda's got to go. But we'll see. I mean, you can only speculate.
We're trying to get some inside perspective here. We can only see so much.
We'll just have to wait and watch. I don't know if the tables have turned. I mean, I didn't realize I would be going so fast, and I am. So.
Are you going to continue to watch the rest of the year?
Oh, for sure. I'm going to watch. I didn't go in as a super fan. That's another change that happened, but I'm coming out a super fan for sure. So I'll be watching it.
Now you're hooked.
Yeah, I'm hooked. I'll be watching you too, Kaylin, so you better.
Well, she can't see this.
Well, she might one day.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day. All right, Jesse wants to know, who would you like to see evicted this week? I think you already touched on that.
Yeah, Spencer or Howard. They need to go. Or Alyssa.
Are there ill feelings because of the moving company?
Yes. You can't back out of that the way they did. Like, our boy was up on the block. You can't let him go like that. Like, okay, get him out later if you feel he needs to go, but they made promises and stuff, and then they just girlied out on it. And
when you're going to form an alliance like that, especially as strong as that, you got to stick to it.
You got to
no matter
stick
what.
to it. Brigade, we were talking about the whole time. You know, they were strong dudes, stuck together, trusted each other. And we were like, oh, forget the Brigade. Brigade who, you know? No, Brigade is who we need to be like. We were just not like that. We were thinking we were going to be above that, and we were below it.
There was a point where you go to Helen and you come clean about the moving company.
Yeah.
Where were you, and who knew about the moving company before you did that? Because
other than the moving company, no one knew of the moving company.
Were you the person to break them up?
No, I think Amanda was told by McCrae because McCrae, you know.
Okay, so McCrae was the first. So you knew there was a leak, that's when you came clean.
And then I went to Helen. Well, I didn't know at the time that there was a leak. At the time, I just had.
So you're despising for the moving company, but you're the one who broke them up.
Yeah, totally. because they had already backed out, and so after.
Oh, this was after the vote.
Yeah, so
you already knew it was crumbling.
Right after I saw Nick go home, I was like, F this, you know, like I'm going up and I'm telling everybody, like, I'm going to let everybody
okay, so
know.
it was already dismembered. Like, you knew there was some leaks in the wall, and you're like, all right, I'm just bringing this thing down.
So I was like, you know, I'm going to tell on everybody, and maybe that'll keep me safe for telling on everybody. And I think it helped a little bit, but little, too late.
Right.
So.
I gotcha. Rebecca wants to know, who do you think America will nominate now that they control the MVP vote?
Hopefully the floaters like Jess and Candace and Alyssa. Well, Alyssa's really not a floater at this point.
She's got a lot of power.
You know, I hope they go for everybody that I don't want in the house. That's who I hope.
Are you going to vote?
Yeah, I'm gonna vote.
You have some power now. You're outside the house, but you're still in the game.
Totes my goats. I'm gonna vote for sure. I'm definitely gonna be gunning for these guys, and I think there's some people in the house that don't deserve to be there. But
so your one vote?
That's just
you get
me.
one vote. You could vote 10 times, but
if I had to pick one,
you already said Howard or Spencer this week.
This week, I would probably get Spencer.
Spencer. All right.
Maybe Howard. I don't know.
You can't do it.
I would vote 5 for Howard, 5 for Spencer.
And then it would just negate these votes.
Oh, you're right. Dang.
Two geniuses on the couch. Lacey wants to know, what will you miss most about the house, obviously besides Caitlin?
You know, just not having to work, you know, being like in a house, it's almost like, you know,
that's what you're gonna miss most? Just lounging all day?
Yeah, like I've been working since I was 14, like nonstop, you know, never had a break, missed out on all these good things, and you know, I finally get a chance to relax and do some challenges and have a good time, and it's over.
So was the downtime a problem for you?
Downtime is not a problem for me. You know, like I said, I've been working my whole life, so I was enjoying the heck out of all the downtime. You know, I mean, it got a little monotonous and boring, but I had Caitlin there to cuddle me up, so it wasn't too bad.
Do you want to leave a little message? Did you say some kind of poem to Caitlin or something?
Don't call me out on poems.
Someone tweeted me. You could tweet in your questions and BB live chats.
You want me to say the poem?
Yeah, I would love you to say the poem.
Don't make fun of me. It's super corny.
I swear, I'm not laughing.
It's like corn dog corny.
Okay, let's hear it. I'll even put water in my mouth so I can't laugh.
You might spit it out. It was roses are red, your eyes are blue-green. This game is unreal, but you're my dream. That was it.
That was super corny, but it was
Super corny. Super corny.
So I didn't know what it was. Someone tweeted me about that, but I'm glad you shared that.
Yeah.
Well, Caitlin, that one is for you because your eyes are blue-green.
Yeah.
But now we have something for you. Didn't leave empty-handed.
All right.
I know you
cool.
left some things in the house, but we got this beautiful
Tell me, it's
this beautiful robe
fantastic.
that I don't think you had a chance to wear.
Oh, I did wear it.
Oh, you did wear it.
Well, McCrae was in there. Oh my God, I'm gonna.
Well, you're
put this
blocking
on.
the shot.
I'm
You
gonna
wanna go
put
in
this-
there?
Yeah, I'm gonna put this on.
Oh, just go right in there.
Yeah.
Guys, you could have your very own robe, just like Jeremy's and the ones that the house guests wear.
it's a
Just go to cbsstore.com. Tell everybody how soft and awesome
Oh,
this
it's
is.
fantastic, phenomenal. I mean, McCrae won, and I was like, dude, put your baller robe on, and he wouldn't do it, so I wore it, you know, and
Well, now you got one to wear all summer when you watch Big Brother.
HOH. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna live in this thing. This thing is phenomenal.
All right, man. Well, congratulations, man. You did great. You changed as a person. That's what I commend you for. But I wasn't expecting to see you in the seat so soon.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to be here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a champion, like I said.
What are you going to do? At least you could be a fan just like everybody else with your beautiful new robe.
Appreciate it, man.
Guys, don't forget to watch Big Brother. Of course, it's on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And don't forget to tune in here next week with the newest evicted house guest at 12 Pacific. We'll see you guys next week, guys. Thanks, buddy.
Break down.